how about them zombies?
So how about them zombies? What do you mean, how about them zombies? Are you really sure we should...
Why isn't that over?
Are you sure we should open up our very first thingamajig by talking about the most popular thing at the time? I mean, that's like...
that's like asking for views.
No, that's... sure, it's asking for views, but it's also not considering the timeless matter that this might be something we look back on in 10 years, and then that will be irrelevant. While if we say something timeless, that will still hold true in 10 years.
Well, that is my question. Will zombies be gone in 10 years? Because they don't seem to go away.
Well, obviously it's a fad, so it's going to go away in 10 years. But until then, I'm going to ride this as far as I can.
I think in 10 years everything will be zombies. Because it's the nature of the thing. To spread. Like an infection.
That's very true. But also... I mean, people said the same thing about the Macarena.
No.
No.
What is the Macarena? Is it dance? Oh. Yeah, that's 90s.
I appreciate the 90s.
Though it would be fun to see a zombie game actually do the same thing that movies do. A character-driven story revolving around the drama of a group of people having to live next to each other in a zombie apocalypse.
You mean like The Walking Dead?
Yes.
I
haven't played the Walking Dead games yet. I've heard they are very good.
I think it would just be fun if games actually, had characters and story.
Like the Walking Dead games?
Like movies and TV series.
Well, the good thing
Because honestly, majority of movies and TV series have story and characters, because without them they are literally nothing at all. But the majority of games do not really. They say they do, but they don't.
Well, let's just take a quick look at one of your favorite games. Dark Souls 2.
Yes.
The main character there is very... what's the word? It's a very personal character. It has a voice, and it has...
No.
A backstory.
No.
No, oh wait, it doesn't have any of that. Oh, maybe that was my point. That a game doesn't need those things always.
Yes, but if it doesn't have story or characters, the game has to be good instead.
Can they...
Dark Souls.
¿Por qué no los dos? Can't they have both?
Dark Souls has characters. It's just your player character is unimportant.
They can have both. They have just made a conscious choice in Dark Souls to eschew story in order to focus on gameplay. While other games give us mediocre story and mediocre gameplay, and the game is mediocre all around. It is an entire experience of mediocrity, where you just waste your time for hundreds of hours and you realize you paid someone to eat your time. It's like work, except you don't make any money.
Are we supposed to talk about eating up hundreds of hours?
No.
After looking at the playtime that you guys put in the Dark Souls series.
Well, that didn't eat my hours because it was fun.
And I like the stories in Dark Souls too, like Lucatil, when she says, maybe we're all cursed from the moment we're born. And it's so sad.
But that's so generic. That's like saying, maybe we're all humans. Or, we breathe air.
Yeah, the lines are...
But the voice acting is really good in Dark Souls.
I have to admit, there's one character in the Dark Souls series that I think is pretty awesome. And that's the Onion Knight. Because that's the most impractical armor I've ever seen. It's it looks like something you pop popcorn in. And still, he's managed somehow to kill something. I mean, that deserves some kind of respect.
Though I wonder if he actually killed something, because you always have to help him get along.
put up a picture of the Onion Knight. There's a picture of the Onion Knight now. There's a picture of the Onion Knight.
We should have a picture of Dark Souls as well.
No.
Because people...
No.
I met people who don't know Dark Souls at all.
I feel
They don't know
we're
what
at
it
a
is.
disadvantage here because Dennis will edit the movie and he can put in any picture he wants over anything.
Oh yes, I'm the one who edits the movie, not the ninja behind the camera. It's funny.
Hey!
It's funny because you can't see him, but he's there. I mean, weren't we supposed to discuss if we were supposed to fake a fourth character that is actually behind the camera? Oh man. So, did you guys... I think I mentioned this yesterday, but did you guys know that Netflix and Nintendo are doing a TV series?
Oh my god, I have to see it.
They're doing a live action Legend of Zelda series.
That's like if Square Enix would make a new HD remake of FF7.
Well, it's not
Or is this bigger?
No, I think that this could be either a very good thing or a very bad thing. But I know that an HD remake of Final Fantasy VII that would be a huge thing, guaranteed.
Yeah, with new FMVs and new voice acting and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course this is a good thing. If it's good.
I feel like...
Imagine the amount of fanboys jizzing in their pants.
I feel like FF7 has already gotten this because they got the movie and children. And this is kind of like that, but for Zelda fans.
And
hopefully better.
No one asked for the movie though.
No one asked for the movie. And
we want the fucking game.
And it's like Ares isn't even in the movie, except for a small 5-second shot in the end, in heaven.
Did someone ask for the TV series?
No.
The Netflix series?
No.
But a lot of people have been very interested in...
And by the way, I'm fucking sure someone asked for the movie. People will be like, yeah, Final Fantasy VII, give us a movie.
Well, it is. Well, yeah.
A couple of years ago, I followed. I believe the page was called the Zelda Project or something like that, and they were cosplayers and they worked together with movie
producers.
Amateur movie producers at least, and photographers, and they actually tried to make a concept of how a live action movie or series would look like.
Yeah.
So for several years at least, the need has been there. Not need, but
the demand.
Want. The demand, yeah, yes. So yeah, if this is good, it's gonna be so good. Awesome. It's gonna be about Link, and he's gonna fight monsters and try to get kisses from the princess, and she'll be like no, and he'll be like, well, excuse me, princess.
I think it will be like one episode where he fights monsters, then he will get into Hyrule Town and he will meet a couple of different girls and also some random introduced boy characters, and it will be a drama.
Yes.
They just live in Hyrule Town.
I would watch
this. They try to live from day to day.
But is he...
Because Link, at least from Ocarina of Time, has so many romantic interests.
But I have so many questions about this. Like, first off, who plays Link?
Yes.
Who is actually playing Link?
Yes.
And second of all, is he going to be a speaking character? Or is he gonna be like in the Nintendo 64 version, where they're like, Link, we need you to go save Zelda. Here.
He will probably be a speaking part.
Yeah, but
that's gonna be weird.
That's not true to the original.
I'm assuming they will do this seriously.
That's a joke. That's like showing Master Chief's face.
Yeah.
Did they do that in the end of the third game?
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I'm pretty sure it's Duke Nukem. Well, they actually did that joke in Duke Nukem Forever, where he's like, someone calls him on the radio and they're like, you should pick up your armor. And then he goes to a van and you can see that the armor is Master Chief's armor. And he's like, no, I don't need that. So there's plenty of indication that he's actually Master Chief.
Yeah, who's gonna play Link, and...
Who would you like to see as Zelda, though? No, this is important. You can't shrug this off. Who is the perfect person to be Zelda?
Scarlett Johansson.
I would say... You remember the Addams Family movie? Have you guys seen that?
Oh no, it's an old movie, right?
No, not that old. It's like 90s old.
Yeah, 90s old. No, I only watched the cartoon.
Yeah, well, I don't remember the name of the girl who plays Wednesday, but she would be perfect for the role. Because she kind of looks... She has this youthful face, and she kind of... She could be a Disney princess kind of character.
Is that...
Does Zelda have to be youthful though?
Obviously. Well, I guess Betty White could play her. I mean, that...
Is she alive?
Of course she's alive!
Yeah.
Otherwise it would be like an international catastrophe. I mean, I'm okay with her playing pretty much any role.
Mm.
Right?
No. Up. What are you doing?
But like,
Oh my God.
okay, so we can't settle on that mainly because we don't really care about actors and actresses.
But I do.
Well, obviously you do. But what about Ganondorf then? Who would be the best Ganondorf?
The first name was Bruce Willis because he's cool, and Ganondorf's cool. Of course, with a lot of heavy makeup, but
No, I was thinking more like what's in X-Men, the X-Men series, the new X-Men series, the guy who plays Magneto. Who's that? What's he called?
Young Magneto or Old Magneto?
The young Magneto.
young Magneto.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would make a good one. But then again, he's pretty much in everything.
Yeah.
But he would, because he kind of has the face for it.
And who would play Link? And apart from that, will it be blonde Link or brown-haired Link?
Well, first of all, I would say Chris Pratt would make a great Link, because he's great in pretty much everything. Like in Guardians of the Galaxy, Parks and Recreation, Jurassic World.
He feels like the sort of more funny guy.
Link is a funny guy.
He doesn't speak.
That doesn't mean he isn't funny.
Mm.
I mean, have you seen what he does to chickens?
And that's funny. Kicking them around until they attack him in swarms.
Yes. PETA, please don't ban us. So I enjoy the harming of animals as much as anyone else, but that shit's hilarious.
Yeah, because they pay it back, okay? Like a flock of angry fucking hens picking out their eyes.
If they do not reference that in the TV series at any point, I will probably be very saddened, and not to do anything drastic.
At least we have to see chickens.
Yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for some kind of because first it was actors, and I'm like, I can't remember any names of actors or actors at all. And now it's chicken, and I feel like, I think I'm in on this. And any time now, I can be like, yeah, chickens, right? Yeah, chickens. But no.
You got nothing on chickens.
But another guy who could play Link,
okay,
who's sort of younger looking.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
I just get the image of Link riding Epona and then be like, oh no. Yeah, I would probably not watch that. Elijah Wood though, that would be awesome.
Yeah, Elijah Wood.
Yeah, because he is established as kind of a hobbit.
Yes.
And Link is kind of hobbitish.
He's more of an elf though.
Well, he's one of those guys, one of those lesser races.
Pointed ears guys.
I just really wanted to use that terminology. Yeah. So
wait, we do realize here that this is a cooperation between Netflix and Nintendo, and you're like quoting actors from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we like aim for something that realistically will feature in the Netflix series?
Actually, I would rather see if they didn't manage to get Elijah Wood, Bruce Willis, and Scarlett Johansson.
That would be the budget. There would be one episode. And it would be all.
I wouldn't mind seeing totally unknown actresses and actors that have never appeared on film before, but they look good. I would be fine.
But I think you underestimate just how much money Netflix has. Because, I mean, even I have Netflix, and I rarely pay for anything. including like things in the store because I shoplift constantly. But I mean, they did Marco Polo, they did Arrested Development,
and Marco Polo is the most expensive TV series to date, or
that they've made. Yeah,
they have money to invest. They don't have money to waste.
But then again,
they must get a budget that also nets them a profit, right?
Yeah, but I think that it's a collaboration between them and Nintendo.
So Nintendo will bear the losses.
I just think Nintendo is desperate for money, and Netflix paid them a couple of bucks to get the license.
I think it's more like this. Nintendo has a new Zelda game on the way, and they want to hype it up. They want to bring Link back. So I think that they are in collaboration with Netflix creating this. Because it's like a reinvention of Zelda.
But the Zelda games are selling very well. I just think Nintendo needs cash. Because they're like desperately grabbing it wherever they can.
So I think we should talk a little bit about video capturing software.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we just learned while doing this, because this is the first time we're trying it out, that there is a thing about not being able to record more than 30 minutes on most digital cameras. Because if you record more than 30 minutes, the digital camera is counted as a video camera, and then
it's more expensive.
Yeah, it's more expensive. Like the taxes are higher, and it's like the shipping is different. So our cameras are limited to capturing 30 minutes of footage. However, they can't reach 30 minutes of footage because there's another limit that says they can't capture more than 4 gigabytes of video.
Because the flash drives are formatted with FAT32 format.
FAT32 format, which makes it even less. So what we have to do is we have to film this. Since we're not using like those fancy webcams that most people use, we actually use like real cameras. So instead,
not real enough.
Which makes us at a serious disadvantage, because real video cameras have all these limitations.
Because clearly, the better equipment that we are using compared to shitty webcams that you could buy for a pittance makes us more limited.
Yeah. So for all of those who want to like get into video capturing and stuff like that, don't use professional equipment. I would say don't do that, because it's just not worth it. So what we're probably gonna do in the future is probably like a very much cheaper version.
Yeah, go to the Radio Shack, buy 3 webcams.
Yeah, for like $30 a piece or something. Yeah, we're probably gonna do that, and then we don't even have to sit in the same room.
Though we won't go to Radio Shack because we don't have that. We will go to Claes Olsson.
Yeah, but we have an international audience.
Yes.
That we have to appeal to.
And even you who don't know stuff about international internet stuff, you know Radio Shack.
Yes, but you're now saying that the international audience are those kind of people that, where we say, oh, we need to go to the furniture store, we can't say IKEA because they're like, IKEA?
But IKEA is a bad example. Every country in the world has an IKEA. We're gonna go out and eat
hamburgers at McDonald's, but we won't go to McDonald's.
That's a bad example, because...
And so what we should say here, we will go and buy webcams at Claes Olsson. That's like Radio Shack.
Yes.
Yeah, sure, we can say Claes Olsson.
We'll go to Claes Olsson or Elgiganten.
The truth is, we don't have Radio
or
Shack.
Kjell and Company.
Because no real country has Radio Shack.
So the thing is,
Radio Shack is a stupid.
The thing is, I think sure that works better. It works better to have webcams and stuff, but it's so cheap. I mean, like the video footage is just grainy and stuff, and it's like it feels more natural to just sit like this.
I already have a webcam on my laptop.
Well,
it's like a laptop webcam. I have a webcam on my pad.
Yeah, I mean that's it's not hard to get a webcam. I think I have one on my laptop too, but the issue is that it's like just talking on Skype and stuff like that. That feels cheaper than having like a talk show like thing where we can invite guests and stuff like that.
As long as the webcams here.
As long as the webcam records in HD.
Yeah, I suppose, but
it should be enough.
Yeah, but still, then we pretty much all we do then is capture like a Skype video call, and people have those all the time. That's not professional and cool.
I never have Skype.
Unlike this, which is very professional and cool.
I've had like 2 Skype video calls ever.
Yeah.
Don't you have to have like Skype Pro or something to just have multiple videos in one scene?
Yes. A regular Skype cannot have more than one other video participant.
Didn't they remove that limitation? It was like that before, but I don't think.
I cannot video Skype with more than one person at a time.
But I kind of remember Skype putting up a big announcement that like, now you can have conference calls in Skype.
Well, maybe we can.
I used Skype 3 weeks ago and I could not Skype with more than one person at a time.
Yeah.
Well, then I guess that's it.
Well, maybe like...
That's the doom of it.
Yeah, but even so, I don't think that like everyone has to have it, like, right? I mean, it should be enough that with like one person has it.
Yeah.
Or we just use Skype for audio.
But
yeah.
we're not going to use Skype because we sit in the same room as each other.
Yeah, but we pretty much have to because of the technical limitations of video capture software.
No,
but
if we have
webcams there,
we can record the webcams and still record the sound as we do now.
Yeah, but then we have to put up 3 computers and we have to get really technical and stuff.
Unlike now,
when
we can just easily restart every 12 minutes.
Actually, every 10 minutes.
This is not technical at all. This is the most practical solution, clearly.
No. So what we're saying is basically that international tax laws regarding video cameras and digital cameras, that's outdated.
No, what we're saying here is that the program at the university that we lent this camera from is really cheap, and they bought cheap ass shit cameras that aren't even real video cameras. They're just cameras, not video cameras, because that's much too 20th century.
It's kind of funny though, because
but the purpose might be just to use them as cameras.
Yeah, but why even have like video footage then? I guess it's supposed to be like really short takes and stuff like that. But I mean, if you're supposed to do a video camera, do a video camera. Because as I read on the forums, there's a lot of talk about they just included like the video feature just to like marketing purposes. Because then they can say that it's also a video camera.
But it's not.
It's kind of a video camera, but it's like not a real video camera.
Yeah, it's like playing Star Wars The Old Republic free to play without subscribing. You get like sort of maybe playing the full game, perhaps, maybe half.
I feel this is a reference that does not apply to me in the slightest bit.
But me neither, because I haven't played much Star Wars. But the thing is, it's a free to play game.
Free to pay.
Free to pay, obviously, but. And you've played a lot of it.
Yeah, but I paid.
Yeah, exactly. So...
You paid?
Yes.
You paid.
Yeah, you paid. You paid the price.
You paid for it.
and it's like... Yeah, you get a video camera, but you can only film for 30 minutes at a time.
Yeah, but there's no way for us, like... If the camera had a prompt after 10 minutes that says, do you want to keep recording, pay $5? I mean, that would...
Then we'd pay.
Yeah, but then we'd at least know that there's a limitation, that it's all about money actually.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could just pay a small amount to remove all limitations on a video camera, on a digital camera, then I would probably be okay with that. Then again, I don't know how much we're talking about. Are we talking about like thousands of dollars extra? I don't know.
I would just buy a real camera.
I would buy a webcam because...
That's not a real camera.
No, but...
That's a camera for the web.
Yeah, but that's so weird.
This is for the web.
And that's what makes it weird, because it actually works better than ordinary cameras for this purpose.
Cameras.
The strange thing is it feels like these cameras probably could work better than a web camera, but they have intentionally put in these limitations in them. They have intentionally used an inferior format for the flash drives. They have intentionally limited so they shut down after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So they are fully working cameras. I mean, it's like getting a game with locked content on the disc. They're saying, this is a full game, but only if you had paid more.
Ubisoft.
Actually, that reminds me of another thing, which is only an artificial limitation for the purpose of making money. A telecom company in Sweden called Telia.
Yeah, Telia.
Yes. They have locked you cannot install Skype or other chat functions on your smartphone if you have the Telia account, yes.
Yeah.
Which I noticed on my mother's smartphone, because they don't want you to use Skype to make free calls.
No.
When I think about waste of time and World of Tanks, I think about my good friend Martin Kallisendorf.
I mean, first of all, that's an awesome last name that's really hard to pronounce, especially in English. No. Let's not make any reference to the picture on the table. That has nothing to do with anything. So please ignore that. But yeah, I mean, when we're talking about free-to-play games, that guy instantly comes to mind because that's I mean, he's the archetype of a larger crowd, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of people who do the same thing that he does.
He even had a series of posts on Facebook where he reviewed different free-to-play MMOs. So
yeah, but not just MMOs, like strategy games.
He should come on here and talk about MMOs someday.
Well, in a way, he's always here.
Well,
yes,
I don't know if Martin really is the perfect representation of a free-to-player because he buys a lot of games.
Yes.
You could say that he buys all the games.
Yes.
And also, you could say that each time he plays a free-to-play game, he never doesn't pay.
No.
So he really doesn't play free-to-play games. He plays free-to-play games as pay games.
Yes, because if there is premium or a founder's pack or some other way to get stuff, he will.
And then he comes to you and says, this free-to-play game is awesome, you should come play it with me. And he has premium, and he has all the extra shit, and you have nothing, and he's like, it's much more fun if you pay.
And it's actually, when there are several games that I've started playing, and then like 2 days later, no one else plays it. That happens all the time.
Yeah, because this Martin guy, he's also like a swarm of locusts because he goes to one game and gets everything out of it in like a two-day period, and then he moves on to the next game, gets everything from the game, moves on to the next game, and I can respect that.
Yeah, I guess, but there's like some games that you can't play like that. Like we've all been very involved in the League of Legends community, and you can't get everything out of League of Legends in a short time.
Speaking of wastes of time.
Yeah, speaking of wastes of time. But like League of Legends has so much content.
I don't think League of Legends really is waste of time though. The game is good. It's just the community.
Yeah, I hate the community. So if the community is watching right now, I want to say that I hate them.
Yes.
Yeah.
We play on Nordic East, so this is aimed at you Polish guys.
Kurwa. Yeah, it's basically Polish kids swearing, and then everyone else swearing about the Polish kids swearing. So
and then there comes in some self-justified English guy, and it's like, man, all these Polish kids are so rude. And you guys suck too, man, you suck.
Yeah.
I'm not rude, you suck.
At least the Polish kids insult me in a way that I don't understand.
Though we wouldn't actually play against any British guys at all, because they play on EU West.
Yeah,
but there's a lot of them at East also.
And there's also a lot of people who speak English.
And then there's also lots of Swedish people, and Swedish people are ass.
Yeah. I mean, not all. We've we've played with some Swedish people, and we've actually friended them.
But we're a bit more.
Yeah, that's rare.
That's
why you remember them, because it's so rare.
But it happens.
I would say we're more mature than the general players of League, because it's like 30,
we're much better.
It's like
unlike those gypsies,
13 to 16-year-old kids.
Our manners is like
what?
Yeah, unlike the gypsies. Man, gypsies, man. No, you should back me up on this.
I'm just watching the trailer. League.
Yeah, well,
I haven't played that for half a year.
Yeah, but I still love the League of Legends thing. I'm still following their YouTube channel and all their new champions and stuff.
What was the question again?
There's never a question. We don't pose questions, we give answers.
No, but why do we talk about League of Legends?
Because it's a free-to-play game.
Because you said it was the waste of time.
Yes.
I mean, the way that they invest in their community, like the Riot Games, the way they invest in the community, that's the way they output new material constantly.
Speaking of wasting of time, the reason I don't think League really is a waste of time is because the game doesn't hold you back in that way. It gives you free champions and just play. And pretty soon you will have all the things that make you on equal grounds with others to play it. That you're level 30 and you have your runes, etc. Then you can just start buying champions for in-game points.
Yeah.
And they let you play the game as is at start. If you compare it to a game like World of Tanks or War Thunder, they start you at a lower level, a tier, and they say you can play this tier of the game and you accumulate stuff, and when you accumulate a certain amount of stuff, they will say, okay, so this tier of the game is now pointless for you to play because you won't progress here. You have to go up a tier in the game and start at the lower rank once again. You will start with nothing once again and get fucking beaten the shit out of.
Yeah.
And you have to repeat that over and over to get up. And they make the ladder so long. They make the ladder the longest possible ladder to justify them giving you the option, do you want a bonus to climb the ladder faster? It's not pay to win, we're just helping you to climb the ladder faster. We're wasting your time a little bit less. And games like that, and this includes free-to-play MMOs, I feel like the boost to play the game faster eventually becomes mandatory, because it's like a challenge to see how much time wasting you can handle.
Yeah.
And suddenly you have to realize at some point that even with the boosting, it's just a time wasting game that runs a little faster. You're just wasting a little less of your time.
Yeah, but if we look at games like World of Tanks and stuff like that, I mean, I remember playing that. And first of all, games like that depend on a very good matchmaking system. Because I've been playing those games, and at a pretty low tier, you can still meet pretty high tier players. So I remember this one time when I was like a medium tank, and I met a heavy tank in a low tier ranked game. And I went up to them, and I was like right behind them, and bam, shot them straight in the face. And nothing happened. 0 damage, nothing. And then I just reload, shoot again. They don't care. They don't even turn around.
That's because they have a realistic damage calculation.
Yeah, but when the damage you do is 0,
yes.
Then it's not like I cannot improve upon this form.
Yes. And the problem here is that in real tank battles, those tanks would never come up against each other in battle either.
And I think the horrible realization is when he turns around and he kills you in one shot, you realize that you're just there to give satisfaction to the paying player.
Yeah.
To keep the paying player paying more money. You're the base meat that the company uses freely to entertain their paying core.
Well, a lot of free-to-play games depend on a lot of players playing them. Like PvP games you need an opponent in a PvP based game, so then they pretty much have to be free to play unless they're like really really good. But why make a really good game that's balanced?
And I think the point here is that all free to play games does this. Even League of Legends uses you, the free player, as meat to keep the core player paying to buy more skins, etc. I just think the games that does this good, they don't penalize the free player too much.
Yeah.
They realize that the free player is giving them money by just being there. They don't have to constantly try to convince you to become part of the paying core.
Yeah.
Because if the game does that enough, you will eventually either leave or become part of the paying core. And I think that diminishes the community. That creates the locust effect, where you migrate from game to game to game, because the free players can only tolerate so much, and then they leave.
Yeah.
And then the core players leave, and they're happy, and then go to the next game and start playing there.
I think that most games... I mean, games that do this and really penalize their customers are like really insecure about their gameplay, because they don't think that players will stick around unless there's a really good incentive to do so. Like in League of Legends, the most money they get is from like small boosts and skins and stuff. It's not really gameplay altering mechanics, but most free-to-play games have some kind of gameplay changing mechanic for free-to-play for the free users.
Well, that's the difference between pay to win, right, and not pay to win.
Yeah, I suppose.
I want to return to Martin, the
free-to-player.
The free-to-player, yes. He as we said, spends a lot of money to buy stuff. He recently bought the X-Wing miniatures game, but he doesn't come over and play it, even though he said he wanted to.
Yeah, he lives like 200 meters that way, which is...
So this is like a call out to you, Martin. Get over here so we can fucking play X-Wing.
But then
Where's Martin? We miss him.
Yeah,
we only hate on him because
he's this. For our viewers who don't know this, this is it's a guy who once lived here, and they used to hang. I'm the new guy on the block, and these two have been here forever. But he's the guy who's been living here before me, and they were all very good friends. And then he moved out because he hates us, and well, he doesn't, but you know, we like to pretend he does. And he moved like 200 meters that way. So he's like right next door, but we never see him.
I feel that we could benefit the conversation here by actually telling the truth, that the reason we moved is because this is really a 2-bedroom apartment, and we have each one room, and then we have cleared out a closet essentially.
Yes, a walk-in closet.
It's a big closet, and we put in a bed there, and you can just go in and have like this much room and then a bed in the room. And we like make sure, because Martin didn't have anywhere to live at that moment, so he moved into the closet, and he lived in the closet for like a year, and then he really wanted a real room. So when one opened up at an apartment a few blocks up with another friend,
yeah,
he moved there. And at the same time, Dennis needed somewhere to live, and we like, you can rent our closet, it's cheap.
Yes, so I literally live in a closet and
cut to shot of closet.
No, I will not show my closet.
No. We can edit in the picture from Harry Potter, you know, because he lives under the stairs.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a real life Harry Potter.
Yes, he is.
That's a good analogy. I think Harry Potter has a little bit more.
But no magic powers.
Than you.
Dude, you don't know me. You don't know where I've been.
Because I remember the Harry Potter room, he actually had space next to the bed.
Yeah, well, I do have a TV in there.
Yeah.
Did Harry Potter have a fucking HD TV?
No.
And an Xbox?
And an Xbox. No, Harry Potter was a fucking casual.
Yeah.
I got it made. I could live in there for days, and I got my laptop.
He did have a magic though.
Did he? Before they showed up with the owl and stuff?
Yes. When he got the owl and magic powers and all bullshit, he got a real room the next year.
Well, yeah, but before that, the only thing he could do was basically talk to snakes.
Yeah.
Which in itself is pretty awesome.
Yes.
But I could also talk to snakes, but I'm not sure they would react the same way. But it's not hard talking to snakes.
And also his hair would grow out again and become all unruly and dreamy, even if they cut it. Well, that's creepy. No?
Well, just the terminology. Dreamy. I mean,
yeah. Okay.
No, that's okay. I'm not judging.
I'm thinking about grown up.
Harry Potter. There's
Radcliffe.
a series that has spawned a lot of shit.
Yeah, but
I was instantly thinking about Harry Potter games, which I have played now, but I have seen reviews of plenty.
Yeah, but
those are
there's so much potential there. I mean, pretty much like if there was a Harry Potter game where you would actually like create your own character, live in Hogwarts, go all
Hogwarts.
Yeah, like an open world RPG.
Where you can like be in a house, you create your character, you learn spells.
Instead of a rail shooter Kinect game. Kinect is so good.
Can we just, without discussing this any further, just declare the Kinect to be a piece of shit? Can we all just agree on that?
He's watching us.
Yeah, we actually just behind the camera is a Kinect.
Yes.
And it's looking at us like it's judging us. And I'm pretty sure that if Microsoft had their way, it would actually be judging us.
Yes. Right now it seems to be off, yes. I cannot see its red devil eye looking at my soul.
I think it's just pretending.
What is dead may not die.
Yeah.
What?
Dead but dreaming.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The Lovecraftian thing.
And with strange eons, even death may die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how much are we? Like, you're really into the Lovecraftian thing.
At least I was. Yes, I have only read the original Lovecraft short stories. Though.
And you have the RPG.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've actually played it twice.
Yeah. So we have the Call of Cthulhu books, and you've read them.
Yes.
Actually. So we
in the core rulebook, it actually says that Cthulhu can penetrate small openings. This is a paragraph by itself. Actually, it's a rules text.
Yeah, it's literally it can penetrate. Yeah. What? Why would you bring that up?
I don't know. Why would they write it in the book?
Yeah, that's
of course he can. He has tentacles.
I just started
it's
thinking
redundant.
that Amazon has the Call of Cthulhu role-playing game, and he's read the Call of Cthulhu books.
Yeah.
And I have the Wheel of Time role-playing game and read the Wheel of Time books.
Yeah.
So do you have any book series that you have the role-playing game of?
Yes.
All flesh must be eaten.
That's not. Is that a book series?
No, well, they did actually make a book series out of the All Flesh Must Be Eaten role-playing game.
I would like to say though that he has read Neuromancer.
Yeah.
And he has Shadowrun.
Yeah. Neuromancer and Shadowrun is pretty much the same thing.
Yes.
Like they even have like certain terms are the exact same. Like New Yen, like the currency. Yeah, it's actually the same. So yeah, I would say that Shadowrun is one of those. So suck it.
Well, okay, you're part of the team now.
Yay! I'm part of something.
Yeah, you're not a complete casual. Yay!
I suppose though that
there's no elitism here.
Robin wins because he has also read the Drist books and he has Dungeons of Dragons.
Yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons.
Isn't
I would like to play Dungeons of Dragons. That sounds epic.
Yeah, but
I don't have the Forgotten Realms though.
Also, I would say that's.
Don't you have the Forgotten Realms source book?
No.
Okay.
That's the Forgotten Realms.
Also, I would it's the same thing with Drist and the Forgotten Realms series as it is with the All Flesh Must Be Eaten short stories. Because it's something that was spawned from the role-playing game. And not something that a role-playing game was spawned from.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so
in that sense, Neuromancer, Lovecraft and the Wheel of Time adds up.
Yeah, but then I suppose.
Yay, win for everybody.
Yeah, but I mean, we have so many role-playing games, and we play like 1 or 2 at most.
Yeah, at the moment we only play 1, and we play it twice actually. It's a game of wizards.
I only have 4 role-playing games.
Yeah, but I have a long tradition of playing lots of different role-playing games. I have like so many different systems that I've been trying, and I think that these past years I've just not done that because I've been busy being an actual player because I've been a game master my entire life. So it's so nice to just be a player for once. All the game masters out there.
Yeah, a player.
All the game masters out there, I think you can relate that it's nice to actually play the game every once in a while. That, for example, Robin here, he never gets to play his favorite role-playing game, Ars Magica.
I don't never get to play any game at the moment.
No, but that's just because, yeah. Anyway, so...
You're the only one who has that problem. Works fine for me.
Yeah, sure. It works fine for you. Yeah, I don't mind either. Because he's the only one who suffers for it. But I don't
suffer though.
No, but you should. You deserve to. But
quote, you deserve to suffer.
yeah, actually, I had an ex-girlfriend once who, to quote, she said that she loved to see me suffer because it was so easy to make me suffer. But then again, my ex-girlfriend stories are pretty much like horror comedy stories.
Perhaps we shouldn't talk about...
No, we should save that for the Valentine's edition.
Yeah, that's next week, right?
Yeah, if we do one next week.
Yes. Of course we will.
It would be hilarious. I've already pitched this idea to you, and you were like, I don't wanna. And you were like, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that shit. Fuck Valentine's Day.
No, it's actually next Saturday, and we should do something.
I think to quote myself here properly, I said no.
Valentine's Day is capitalist bullshit.
Wow, hello Marx. Are you from my are you from like my course?
Yes.
These American viewers and their capitalism.
Socialist. No, not socialist. We're socialists.
Yeah, we're socialists.
No, I'm actually, I identify myself as a fascist. We're probably gonna do this again, so go ahead and post whatever stupid shit you want us to talk about in the comments. Thanks!